All right, folks. Howdy, folks. Welcome back. And I'm back. Sorry for the delay there. If it's not one thing, it's always another. So I just have to overcome it and bang it out when I can. So here we go. So we're going to pause on that for right now and hop into the solar report. How's everybody doing tonight? Hopefully you're doing better. Let's zoom in on this while it's loading up. There we go. Okay, you saw the date. This is June 7th right here. June 7th, 2023. Okay, so here we have the loop playing now. And I reported earlier today on the first event that you see come out on this left-hand side. I reported earlier on this one, and we had a second event right after it there. Okay, so just a little more update on what we already reported on earlier, but we'll do a frame by frame anyway, like we always do in our nightly report here. Some for you, it's the next day. Okay, let me get into this here. Okay. Pause it on the opening frame. Okay, back up a couple. Okay, here we are, opening frame, June 7th, 2023. Nice and clear, right? A few little spikes popping out, but then as we go into the day, you'll see some faint objects, one here, one there. These are the like part of this cluster that moves through. Here's another one up here. Okay. The trained eye. You guys got the trained eye now. You know what to look for, right? You can see the spheroid shape in there. It just didn't get close enough to cause a CME, but it's still stuck in the solar wind. And the wind paints it just like a rock under the water in a river. The flow has to go around the object, okay? And it makes a bulge, a bubble type effect right there, okay? Then we have a CME coming out after it, induced probably by another object here or there, but this is the main event right here. So we have this main event come out, and where was the one frame? Right here. Okay, here we have the Ahura Mazda craft flying through the frame. It's actually buzzing this cluster of objects as they come out. The main object is, this is like the shadow of it. It's right in front, right here, actually. And we will zoom in on this frame. We did this frame earlier today, for those of you who saw it. If not, we're going to rehash it anyway. So here's the like shadow, the ghost image of our object that's out front right here. And, ow, 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 ow. What? Oh, the triangle. That's right, the triangle. Sorry. I forgot all about this triangle craft that was captured in this. But first, let's deal with this image first, okay? Here we have our object coming out right here. Nice round object. This is the ghost image, the solid round black shadow, okay? Up here is the deleted image of the Ahura Mazda craft, okay? That's supposedly right there. This craft buzzed this group of objects as they came out, okay? Identifying that there is something there, okay? This craft, whatever it is, defending us or whatever, these guys might have to check in with the security guard as they come into our solar system or something. Who knows how this is working, but I do. But here's our craft being blotted out by NASA's techs or whatever, right? They know to blot this thing out, but they don't see this. You know? Okay, and then help me with this one, Lord. This one was hard. We got to find this one frame. It's 40. It's the previous frame. Yes, and there it is. Okay, I'm going to do my best to capture this for you guys again, because this is very important. This one is not a joke anymore. This is super important. Okay, so here is our round object right here, okay? Here's the ghost image or the shadow of it, all right? but our actual object is right there. Let me tint this out a little bit better. There we go. There we go. Remember, check the camera bright. So here's your round object right here, okay? This is the one that's inducing the CME. You can see these streaks of plasma reaching back off of it, okay? It's not too hard to see. It's blatantly obvious. What else is hiding in there is this triangle craft right here, right next to our planetoid-shaped object coming out. Now what I'm going to do, this is as hard in as I can zoom. So we're going to start playing with the tint, and I'm going to scoot this forward. We're going to do everything we can to capture this image the best we can of this triangle craft. All right. Now hopefully you can see it. Okay, you can also make out the ghost image here in the tint. Okay, here's our real object right here in front, and this triangle shaped craft right there checking out this object. I want you guys to take a minute to look at that and wrap your mind around what you are seeing there. Open your mind up, look at what you're seeing here. I'm going to try to get this. All right, as we go through the layers of tint, kind of the tilting effect here, you'll see it get darker, and you'll see the triangle is a perfect triangle, cookie cutter shape. All right, it's not an artifact. It's not a. It's actually bathed in the plasma. It's using the plasma to bathe in, just like these objects do. Okay, so take a long look at that and wrap your head around what you're seeing. Now, this is NASA's instrument, okay? I didn't make this stuff up. You can come over to the same site, go to the same frame, and I didn't put the link in the last description, but tonight after the show, I will, once it gets up and posted, I will put the link to this instrument in the description, so you can come over to frame 40, however you want to do it. Look, we scroll down, it's frame 40 of 104. If we pull it over, you want to do it this way. Whoops, let's pull it over a little more. It's frame 8 o'clock 48, 0848, okay? So there's two ways of identifying this frame, either by the timestamp or by frame 40, okay? And you can come over here, and I'm going to scroll up, and there's your frame, okay? Ooh, right there. Maybe one down. Right there captures it pretty well. I think it does. Don't you guys? Can you see it? Will somebody in the chat give me a 7x7? You can hear me and you can see this, what I'm describing to you, because it should be pretty clear. I know there's a delay, so I'm gonna take a sip. Is there any audio going on in this thing at all? I guess. It's just a long delay. Anyways, your round object with its plasma tails coming back, your triangle shaped craft, perfect triangle shaped craft. You can see this corner over here is bathed in plasma. Okay. Let's go to the very next frame. Is the chat not working on this or something? Everybody afraid to just give me a 5x5 or 7x7 if you heard that or saw this, or I have an audio or not? Huh. Oh, I see people in the chat now. Okay. Take it then you can hear me. I need to back out of this. All right, sorry, I got distracted there. I'm trying to find the next frame. There we go. Boom. Let's zoom back in a little bit more and pull it over. Okay, now here is our frame with the Ahura Mazda craft. Here is our object right here, plain as day. Here's where the Ahura craft is. Oh, there's a 7x7. Okay, good. So you can see it and you can hear me. That's good. The other 5x5 means you comprehend it, grasp it, see it, sense it, acknowledge it. You're not in denial. Okay, that's why I say 7x7 instead of 5x5. Besides, 7's my number. Anyway, there we go, 420 by 420. I like that one. You can make out the magnetic field around this object right here. Okay, there is also an object here that this Ahura craft is buzzing as well, because as we go through some of these next frames here, I think, oh wait, let's just pull back so we can, it's good enough. Okay. So now this is the frame. Now let me scoot it over and zoom it in and all that great stuff. Okay, now this may look like the same frame, but it's not. Here we have that blocked out thing again, right? Of the Ahura Mazda craft. This is like 3 or 4 frames later. It looks like this is either like a ghost image or, oh, I need to push back a little bit too. There we go. So this is either like a ghost image or another deletion by NASA right here, okay? But you can make out a magnetic field bubble right here, right? There is another object. It's bathed in plasma. I can make out a faint round shape right in there. Let's tint it out and see. Oh, it might be right up here. Now that I tint it out and look through the camera. Anywho, this deletion, whichever it may be, that's still there 3 or 4 frames later, there's still a secondary object right here. Okay, you can make out its magnetic field. All right, even if you can't see the object, it's bathed in the plasma. You know, it's so much plasma around it that you can't make it out. But when we put this back into motion, you will see that this was another object just like this one, okay? So now you can see another one emerging back here. Let's see. There's some good color right there. All right. But I have to do this so you guys get to see what's going on. Oh, also UFOs streaking through there at the same time this event's going on, okay? You can see this deletion dot. There's no Ahura Mazda craft to correlate with it right there. Boom. So, yeah, hang on just 1 second, folks. Get something out real quick here. All right, sorry about the interruption there. All right, back to what I was saying though, is this is the same frame with our deletion dot. There's no corresponding craft. Let's go back the frame so you can see. There's the frame. So it was 1, 2, 3 frames later, and you can see this something streaking. It's probably the craft streaking around back there. So we're going to proceed forward as this object now moves out of frame. Okay, this one squirts out the top up here too. So, you know, some of these events distract you from other ones that are going off on the side, stuff moving in as well. So as we go through, you can see faint ones here and there that didn't, you know, get caught up in the CME. At the same time, you can see little UFOs dancing around in here. All right, you can see another little faint one here. This one flying by up there. Oops. All right, now here's our second event. There's a small object right here. I can see it. Another UFO. Right there. Let's go zoom in on it. Let's zoom in a little more. All right, let's put it right there and put the tint to it. Okay. You can make out a round black object bathed with plasma again right here. Okay. So this is the second event now. Whoa, what's behind it there? Oh, dude. All right, so get this. We're looking at this black one with the white plasma around it. In a different tint, I can see a bigger one back here with a freaking face on it. All right, how am I gonna capture this? You guys want to see this? Yeah, you want to see this. So, whoa. All right, can we still see it there? Let me just see if I can capture it just right. Here's our faint round object right here with a nose, the mouth right here. Oh man, how do I capture this just right? Let's go down a notch. Oh, right about there. Yeah, that looks about as good as we can get right there. All right. So here's an eye. Here's the nose right here. The other eye is kind of in shadow, but then here's the mouth, a mustache, a face on a planetoid round object right here. Can you guys see that? That's about the best it looks on my frame there. Oh man. When I look at it here on my screen though, I can really see it. See the other eye? Wow. Holy shit. What? Wow. I was not expecting this. Thank you, God. Oh, man. The face of God, folks. On a planet. Look at this. This is nuts. And then we just looked at this black triangle craft. This is the secondary event. And this is a really faint. You can barely see this round object. Oh no, it's Mr. Bill. You guys are funny. But hopefully you can see this face. It's there. There's an eye, a nose, and mouth. You know, I've been through a lot of institutions and loony bins, sanitariums, the whole plethora. And when I show them stuff like this, they go, "Oh, that's pareidolia." I go, no, doc, that's denial. Because you could see them recognize it, see it, swallow hard, and then look over at me and tell me that's pareidolia. Yeah. Maybe they're living in denial and they better start waking up to the facts. Because this is real. Wow. There we go. I'm going to leave the one eye in shadow a little bit there. But as we pull forward, you can see there's an eye there. It's actually a reverse shot. You can see the black pupil in it. And then, whoa. And then as we pull back, you can see the rest of the nose, the mouth, the chin, the beard. Let's even take it into the tint world. Nope. It's too far back. But it's okay. We got it right there. Wow. Yeah, that is amazing. What is this back here? Is that someone sitting there? Almost looks like... Dude, that is the coolest, gnarliest pic I think I've seen in a while. In fact, we're just going to fill the screen with this face. How do I do that without knocking everything over? Give me just a second here, folks, because we got to get up close and personal with this face here. Okay, what are we bumping? Oh, I know. So leave it there and scoot the audience up to it. Oops. Wow. Hopefully you guys can see this. I take your silence in the chat as just amazement. Yeah, I know. I need new equipment. Hey, I'm the top of the field with the oldest equipment. You guys are lucky. This is the laptop that had smoke coming out of it the other night. So God's will for it to work, and it's working, I guess, just for this moment, so we could capture this. Wow, dude. I don't even know how to finish this report now. I got so much. All right, and I'm burning up my battery. So, you guys, all right. let's just scroll down real quick here. That was frame 71 of 104 on June 7th, 2023. Boom. Okay. I mean, I could sit here and look all around this picture all night, but I have to keep moving on. We have so much more to do. Oh, boy. Sorry, folks, but there's so much more to report on. I can't stop. So, oh, we got to adjust everything back to normal again. Pull everything. Sorry about this, folks, but we had to get up and close and personal with that picture. Don't you agree? That was amazing. Well, hopefully some people will take notice. Okay, let's get back to biz here. So, as this event unfolds, we have a new object with another bigger object back behind it with the face of God on it, and it just kind of meanders on out. No big deal. As a bunch of UFOs dance around it and stuff. This appears to be a secondary object right here. And we'll just kind of keep plugging through this one too. We barely got through half the frames, and there was all that crazy stuff. Here's another UFO right here, okay? And another object coming out, or it looks like a 3-pack or something. I don't know. You guys, sometimes you guys see, wow, what is this? This one, and then circular That's not a ghost image. These are two different objects. One has white, one has black, or whatever. I don't know. You guys see it, right? Something coming out over here as well. This one almost looks like a UFO type ship. Anyways, gotta keep moving. I'm sorry, folks. God, this is like the first frame I opened, so wow. I mean, the first tab I've opened. I got 20 tabs for us tonight. Okay, whew, that's the end of that. Now let's put that loop into motion and just sit there and absorb that for a minute. Here's the second one with the face of God object in it. You see how some of them come squirting out and catch up to the other ones? Watch this again. See that secondary one come out a little faster to catch up to the other ones? Like I said, a lot of these celestial bodies are entities and not just a regular stellar core. All of the not a space object. They're an entity. I've been trying to tell you guys this for a long time, and now you see, you witnessed the face live with me just a few minutes ago, just moments ago. So hopefully you understand now that some of these objects are more than just objects. They're entities that could also represent the race that planetoid is from. They project a face up there of their belief in God, and they're allowed to, enter the portal or come through or whatever. However you think this is working. I don't think these things are coming out of the sun. I don't think the sun is a portal. It's like a destination hub. When they're coming from across the universe, they latch on to the star. They arrive at the star, bounce off of it, and start heading towards us. This is like their little I don't know, meeting place where they can charge their batteries. You see them bathing in the sun, charging up and everything. So they're using the plasma to bathe in and recharge as well. All kinds of crazy stuff, and a battle while there's all these UFOs dancing around on the red side, having a battle at the same time. Crazy, crazy times we're in. All right, we're going to have to step away from this instrument before I have to have another cigarette. Oh, wow. Maybe you guys need one now, huh? After that. Why not zooming? Oh, there we go. Let's scroll up. So here's our Goes X-Ray Flux. This was today. This box right here, you can see our events. Boom, boom, slow motion event. This one. Now this is going into the 8th now, which now is today. Okay. And do we dare go take a peek at the 8th? No. I gotta finish this up. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm trying the best I can with this. So there's your Goes X-Ray Flux. As soon as it pops out of these events, it heads right for the seafloor. Okay, that's mainly what I wanted to say there. Scroll down. That was an M4.7. Our C flare risk is, of course, 99%, but our X flare potential went up to 10%, probably because of this beta gamma delta sunspot. Okay. There it is, AR3327. Okay, that's the beta gamma delta region with another sunspot rotating in off the eastern limb. Okay. This is still that old picture from May 31st. Time to change the picture, folks. And that's the old sunspot from it too. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is slide this over a little bit, so I don't have to keep zooming in and out on you guys. Let's open up the tracker and see if they've updated it since this morning. All right, let that update real quick. Load up. Nope. Nothing. So you guys saw all the CME activity that I just reported on, all right? We had multiple objects causing multiple CMEs. Some objects had faces on them. We had UFOs, the Ahura Mazda craft, all buzzing in the sun, and these objects as they came out, and there's no data. Just take a peek at the auroras while we're here. I need to zoom out a little bit. They were weaker this morning, and they have kind of picked up in intensity, so we're absorbing, some energy right now as we speak. Okay, you see these are glowing pretty good. They're still offset. Like I said, here's your central point of the axis of rotation right here. Here's your central point of axis rotation right there. These things are pulled way off to the side. They're not, centrally located around the axis anymore. They're being pulled to one side. I thought it was because of the nighttime, but I'm seeing different activity sometimes that doesn't say nighttime. So, there's your auroral region. See the polar cap right there, the center of axis. Usually they're in this round region around it, not here going right and then way down. All right, that's the effect that I'm talking about. Okay, let's pull back out of this. KP index, that's the one I wanted to check because I knew there was going to be a jump. Yeah, here it is right here. Not too bad though. It didn't even reach KP3, so that's good. That's good. I'll take that all day. We might have a bigger one coming. There might be a bigger spike. This next one might be a little bit bigger than this one. Let's pray that it doesn't, okay? We can affect this with our prayers. Remember that. Just because you see this stuff coming out of the sun doesn't mean it has any authority or power over you, okay? You guys are the ones that are in command. With your prayers. Okay. Let's get back over to this instrument before I get carried away. Okay, so there's that. What we need to do is now move on to the shoe, okay? Way to hang in there with me, guys. Now, we have a a good screeching event, all right? Very good. Chica rocks. Okay, I'm going to do my best to punch through this one. Give me strength, Lord. All right. Hold on tight for this, you guys. So, we had our gap of data. We probably had a screeching event, maybe not. Doesn't matter. We came out of it, okay. A small screech here, came out of it. It dimmed pretty good right there, okay. But not too bad. The screeching event happened, and it still came out of it. Now we've had quite the grinding event. The core and the shell grinding on each other, pretty tight now. Like the brakes screeching really hard. Say you flew up on a red light with bad brakes on your car, and it started to skid, so you pump the brakes a couple more times or something. That's the screeching effect of the core and the shell. All right, we came out of that vent on the backside here pretty strong. Couple last little pulses, but we're still got this nice green flow. Okay, even though the core is rotating backwards, it's still rotating. Now we are going to divert for a second here to the day the Earth stood still, or the core stood still. Okay, this is the day the core stopped and reversed. All right, I'm going to start this video for you real quick. Actually, it's too long. Let's just do a segment of it. I'm going to do like a couple 7, 10. So let's just back up maybe a few seconds right before this so you can get a reference, something I want you to see here too. Okay, so we're going to just do like 10 seconds before this announcement or how I explain this, all right? And then I'll let you watch this video real quick. All right, this is how you want to do it, huh, Lord? I thought we were gonna just talk. You want me to play it? Okay, fine, we play it. I got other stuff playing. Where is it? Where is it? It's not playing. Okay. We are going to scroll down to the 11th right here. Other instruments that show, you know, the magnetosphere and what would happen. Okay, so here we go, folks. Everybody hold on tight because you see all this squeaking and all this pulsating and stuff. Now we are going to scroll down to the 11th right here. Look how dark this is. A power of 1. A power of 1. There's like this little high intense squeak pop right way down deep. Just a short little burst. Oops. But the rest of the Schumann resonance stops. Round wedge, round wedge. It's quiet. The magnetic field went down. They had to yank those flights out of the air because the magnetic field went down. This is the day the core stopped. This is the day the Earth stops. The Earth stood still, basically, or the Earth's core stood still. Look at this day, and look at the days leading up to it. Look at how hard the brakes came on here. What looks like happened here is it came to a grinding halt, bing, stopped, possibly turned the other direction and starts spinning again and grinding as the pressure's released off of the brakes. I guess, no, not an ad. Oh, you gotta be. Hang on, let's skip this stuff. Not supposed to be putting ads in my stuff. I'm not monitoring. This is the 11th. This was 13 days ago. This is the day they took all the airplanes out of the air. Hopefully you remember January 11th, all right? That was the day they grounded all flights in North America, all right? And they said, oh, it's just a computer glitch or whatever, all right? I want you to notice something else. Look how dark the bottom part of the page is. This day, and this day. Look how dark. Look, I want to go back to the Schumann. See how everything down below this is still blue? Even though there's the green lines, they're still blue in the background. Even, you know, every time we report on this, the background is blue. On this day, where'd it go? Where'd it go? Oh, there it is. On this day, there's no blue. No blue background at all. On the days before, if you look down here, below, I did 10 seconds, 20 seconds below. We'll continue playing this. All right. And right, it's hard to see, but right in here is the line stops. It goes totally black. All right. There's a break in that line. Any kind of break in that line, the dynamo stopped. Okay. And this is of what we were watching out. Okay, this when this happens. Let me say this. Oh, yeah, shut up and play the video, Brian. I guess he really wants me to play the video. Okay, the Schumann resonance is showing very, very minimal, a power of 1. The magnetic field dropped that day, you guys. And now let's go back even deeper to see what led up to that. Like this big grinding of the brakes right here. This is 2 days before the stoppage. Right here, okay? This is 2 days before the stoppage. Okay, you can see, look at these pulses right here on this one. Oh, I wish I had my magnifier. Please, God, let it work for one moment. Ah. Oh, that's on the video. I am bound and determined, and I am not going to give up. So, Where were we? Okay, here. On this day, look at these sharp lines. This is like someone's pushing the car. The brakes are locked up, but all of a sudden they give a little bit. Beep, 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 beep. These are little squeaks right here. Oh man, I wish I had my magnifier. And this, look how dark it gets here and here. See, the core is slowing down. It slowed. It stopped right there, and here it moved a little bit, but then it really went slow again. Okay, so I believe this is the day right here that they're talking about, that the core stopped spinning or got really slow with a power of 1. You guys see that, right? Okay, let's go back even further, because that power of 1 was the total for the whole day, for that whole frame. Okay, even though there were squeaks and little pops in it, let's go back just a tad bit. Even though there's this right here, the bottom is all dark and black. Same on this day and same on this day. All right, it's the day the Earth. This is the day the core stopped and started rotating the other direction. See how it finishes up on this side, stops, and then starts on this front half of the page. Okay, if you know how to read this instrument, you can see it clear as a bell. If these little white lines weren't there, block that out. How am I going to do? Go like that, maybe. My fingers. And just at it as one long, even event, you can see the stoppage right there. Okay? So that's why I say when I come over to this instrument and we look at the polar vortex moving backwards, and it has filled in now. Here, let's go to North America right there, and I want you to look at the upper level winds. The polar vortex up in here in Canada it's starting to reach down into America, and all the upper level winds are starting to move backwards. Okay? All because of our core event. All right? Now, saying that the core stopped and reversed, it's because it did. Okay? We're in deep shit. This is irreversible. What I need to do here now is say again, Lord, this one, right? You want me to explain this to them, right? Open it up, please. Give me just 1 second here. Yeah, there we go. I guess, dang it, just I put my headset on. I'm going to play this quick little snippet here. Are we, Lord? I guess not. I just wanted the image. Oh, dang it. Come on, please let it reload. Hang in there, folks. You guys have been so patient and understanding with me in this channel and all this. There we go. Well, come back to me, Lord. Please, bring it back. It's very important. You know why you wanted me to show this. Why is it stumbling? Everything else is opening fine, and this one, because it's nature's secret of magnetism. If you look down here, nature's secrets of magnetism. A couple secrets we're going to show you, but dang you, what is going on? All right, well, can we just back out of it then, Lord, please? Maybe we're getting hit with a CME or something right now, and it's affecting the satellites or something. Come on, why is this one not opening? Get it. Oh, come on. All right, yes.
Hello, everybody. I was able to create a even more powerful or sensitive supercell using the same chemicals as before. You know, the hologram on your credit card, right? Well, a true art hologram, which most people have never seen, is about 100 times better than that, if not more, depending on how good.
Okay, hopefully you can see this three-dimensional toroidal field. Okay, this is the best way to view a toroidal field visually. Now, where's my pointer? All right. I wish I had a chalkboard or an easel or something to demonstrate this for you. So what I'm just going to try to have to do, there was a video that explained this, but it's no longer up there anymore. Probably because they don't want you knowing how this works. In the middle of the toroidal field is the planet or the sun, okay? It still has a toroidal field around it of electromagnetic field lines, okay? Now, say this is the toroidal field of the sun, right? And this would be our orbit going around the edge of this glass, right? The Earth would have a toroidal field like this one, but smaller, that goes around the sun's toroidal field, okay? The center of the toroidal field locks onto the center of the other toroidal field. As it tries to go around this way, it wants to twist the opposite way as it goes around. So the core, the center of the toroidal field out here on the tip of this would be rotating. Oops. So hard to do. I wish I had my lab. Anyways, I'm just trying to do the best I can, Lord. So, another toroidal field orbiting a central toroidal field wants to counter gyrate, rotate to the direction of the orbit, okay? So the center wants to spin backwards and twist while the outside goes around the outside of this one. I wish I had a set of gears, like a bicycle gears or a freewheel hub. I could show you a little bit better how when a circle orbits another circle, the centers actually twist and rotate. The torque, why can't I get it right? There's torque involved. I wish I had my lab. It's too frustrating. Anyways, so that's how this works. That's why our core is spinning opposite direction. Because as we orbit around here, it wants to twist the opposite direction than the orbit, all right? So that's the natural way. This whole time, it's been over-rotating around like this, rotating in the direction of the orbit. That's not the natural way it wants to go. It wants to counter-rotate around the orbit, all right? So that's why it finally ground to a halt and then switched direction, because it's going back to its natural toroidal field direction. I hope you guys can grasp that. Anyways, on to the next. That is why our polar vortex is now spinning backwards, because the core is spinning backwards down below. The magnetic field off of the core makes fluid rotate in a vortex. And I showed you that before. I would pull up that video for demonstration, but I got too much loaded up already. What? Oh, I got a report on this one too? I'm kind of running out of batteries. All right, let me take a sip. I got to start talking faster here. Okay, so let's pull back out of this. Your polar vortex is rotating backwards, guys, and now it's finally connecting up to our mid-latitude or equatorial zone. Right here, you can see it's coming down and it's blending in now. Let me get so you can see. All right, it's coming up out of the north. This blue barrier is no longer a defining line. It has now come and joined in with the equatorial flow. Okay. Let's go pull back a little bit here. Oh, really? I'm gonna show them that too. Oh, that was on the other one. Okay, now I want to get to the chemicals. I'm trying to get to this SO2 report. Okay. Oh, I missed it. Okay. Let's just bang this one out. Right now, China in hot water. Okay, literally hot water. These spots are black. I showed you. Well, they were black just a little while ago, but they're darn dark purple. Okay, they got so much pressure and heat underneath them that they're about to spontaneously combust if they don't start playing ball real soon. I mean, behaving, making amends, all that nice stuff that you do after you rip somebody off. Here's Wahoo still spewing. What are we doing, Lord? Just take me everywhere. All right, here's half the country. It's not bleeding out as bad. This purple has lightened up, especially in this region right here, the central. We had a defining line. Now it's not so defining. Now it's kind of weakening in this area. It still looks semi-strong here, but now it's more up in Canada here, and then up here where our fires were. Those fires were generated underground by magma rising up to the surface because the magma is expanding as well as the core. It pushes up to the surface. It pushes all the gas out through all the perforations. As soon as it runs out of gas, lava is going to come up through the perforations next, okay? And it came pretty darn close to the surface, so close enough that it caused these fires. It started them from underground. It burns the root structure out, and it starts the middle of the tree on fire. Once one tree goes up, then it jumps from crown to crown, and you got yourself forest fire, okay? China bleeding out. What, Lord? What? Okay, South Africa still got its spot. South America still got its spot. What, Lord? Oh. Was it on this one? Yes. How was it on this one? Oh. Let's drop down real quick. There's your wonky jet stream because the upper level is rotating opposite the way the lower level wants to go, and it's stacking these storms up, causing these weird dips, valleys, all kinds of. Look at this flow. Whoa! It comes up, goes back, goes over, goes around, comes back down, and then out. I mean, what a wonky flow we have over the United States of America. All right, this is the upper level jets. Now, this isn't your polar vortex. Okay, where did the storms go? Why you showed it to me earlier? It's not here anymore. Oh, it is here. Yes. Okay. Do you see what I see? 1, 2. Let's go over to this one, shall we? Wonder what's going on over here. Sure looks like we got us another typhoon. And a well-organized, oh yeah, another Cat 4, 5 right there probably. Screaming towards China and Taiwan again. And over here, what do we have here? But another typhoon. That one looks pretty well organized as well. Ready to slam India. See him? Then, pretty soon, there's going to be a third one right here. Okay? Okay. Oh, well, we missed a bunch of new ones. In the course of just doing the show, there were new ones that popped up and already went yellow. This right here, come on, pull it up, please, is the latest one or a new one here. This is a 4.6 at a depth of 211. Okay, right here on New Zealand. Come on, bring it up, baby. Okay, close. All right. Give it a second to catch up. Maybe I'm going faster than the computer can keep up with. I'm faster than AI. 4.4 at a depth of 10, right here on the island. Now, this is going to be beautiful. Right on fulcrum point. Come on. It's coming, folks. There we go. There we go. So, you can see our fault line angle point, fulcrum point, just in the weak zone, just inside that fulcrum point, right offshore of New Zealand, had a 4.4 at a depth of 10. That's energy being scrubbed off right there, okay? As we pull back out, I wanted to make sure that wasn't on land, is why we did all that. Okay, so we had, that one was the 4.6 at a depth of 211. Energy entered the system. 0234. Pull this one up. That's the 4.9. So 5 type energy entering the system. We got, please, Lord, 5.2. Yep, that's a new one. 5.2 at a depth of 10, so that 5 energy came up, already dumped off of 5.2. Close this out. Being very picky tonight. I think we might have some actual disruptions in the internet right now because of what's hitting us, or what has arrived, we will say. Come on now, you're gonna give me this quake. I want that one right there. Thank you, Lord. That's what I was afraid of. Okay, I always kind of tell you that this little pocket is a region of deep quakes. This, all right, we need to drop the wedge. Drop the wedge out. All right. I don't want you to take my word for it. I need you guys to see this one. Okay, this is a deep area right here. This little dark pit. All right. This is a 4.5 at a depth of 546. That is a very deep quake in this region right there. It's not a big one. It's a 4.5, but it's deep. What does that register at the surface? A whole magnitude more, at least a 5.5, okay? It's not scrubbing off energy. This inbound energy triggered a deep quake in this pit area. This may trigger more quakes itself, okay, because it's down deep. That energy has to come up to the surface and then dish out. I want to see something here. The timestamp on this is 2209 on the 7th. This one is 1004 on the 7th. So this one, this bigger 5.6 right here at a depth of 30 happened earlier than this deep quake. I want to see, this one is a 4.3 at a depth of 121. Okay, that's still before this deep quake. So these two are energy that was being scrubbed off before. This is a recent quake, a deep one, a 4.5 at a depth of 546. That's a very deep one for right there. That's going to generate more right behind this energy that's traveling up. There's going to be another wave immediately right behind it because of this deep one. It's going to travel up this way. Let's see what got dumped here. This is a 4.8, but I'm looking at the timestamp. Okay, that was way earlier. So this isn't even energy from this latest round, okay? This is way, way early on the 7th. And we're into the 8th. So, nothing really much has come up here and hit around the fulcrum point or rounded it. Nothing much reached here. See how naked this whole area is? Now the turkeys over here are about to be served up for Thanksgiving. This is a 4.1 at a depth of 10, and it's right on that two faults coming together right here. Kind of a dangerous area. See these two faults right here? They join at a really, really sharp fulcrum point. Right next to it, it dumps off this quake here in Turkey. Turkey's not done. Even though that quake swarm and stuff is over, there's a weak spot down the crust right there. Forever will be, too. And that's where we're going to see, inbound energy comes in through this fault structure. Can you see my arrow in here? I better use the pointer. There it is. The energy comes in on this fault structure. It's going to be jumping over to here and releasing at the weakest link, the weak spot right here. Okay, so this area is probably going to enjoy more quakes here in the future here soon. Boy, they're going to enjoy them. 4.6 at a depth of 10. I want to come over here. We already reported on that. All right, just real quick. This is the 5.1 energy that made it across the plates and dished out one here at South America. There was a 4.6 there at a depth 21, 4.5 at a depth of 190. This is 5 type energy that's coming in. Dished out one here on this fulcrum point and a couple spread over the fulcrum point right here and right here. Okay. The smaller one dished off down here. Oh, we did that one earlier. This is new. 5.1 at a depth of 10. Good, good, good. See, this is out here where I'd like to see this energy distributed and dished off because there's not many people out here. We could even take bigger quakes than 5.1, just as long as they're not so big as they generate a tsunami. Okay, but that's good. That's 5-point energy that has come all the way down these plate systems. Okay, firing off fives over here, right? Well, it works its way along other plates too. That pressure travels down, finds the weak spot, a fulcrum point. Here's our three-way junction right here. Well, it picked a fulcrum point right next to this three-way junction and fired off the 5.1. Okay, we're done there. Now, oh my God, I don't even want to go into this next part. But we're doing it anyway, folks. You guys are brave for hanging in there. True spiritual warriors. Okay. All right, let's play this nightmare. Oh, it didn't just 2 frames. Wonderful. I was just about, I shouldn't have said the nightmare, huh? I saw what was on there, and according to, like last night, I was saying that these storms will intensify. The data that they had was intensified and was quite scary looking. And we'll just have to bounce back to this instrument later once it's done loading up because I got to keep moving on. We got so much more still to go. It's a shame it just rebooted data, but actually when it finally gets all the new data, we'll have fresh data. So maybe it'll be worth the wait here. We got to move on. What was here? I should even look first. Okay. I'm not going to let me have that one, Lord. I'd rather do this one first. Please. If it be your will. Bear with me just a second. Let me arrange the camera and get all set up for this next. This is going to be audio as well as soon as it finishes reloading or rebooting here. Make this work. Help this work, Lord. You know, we're trying to show them and enlighten them, Lord. So please help this work. Maybe we'll just go back to this one then. Okay. In this little video here, I just want you guys to see. We're just going to play this last little segment if it'll let me. What is the deal? Oh, the coyotes outside are going nuts. Alright, well this is set to play on its own. I gotta step away and see what the coyotes are. A mountain lion in our neighborhood, and I'm gonna make sure it's not eating my kids. I'll be right back. Hey kids, come here. There's a kitty cat outside. Did that play? What's the problem here? Will this please play for us, Lord?
Thin layer. Look how clear this is.
All right, this guy is just actually, let me go back. Please, not an ad. I just want to replay what he was playing here. Oh, I should have known better. He's just playing with the magnet. I wanted to freeze frame it there and show you how magnets bend light. If we could just get this Lord to play so we could show them how magnets bend light. You know, I'm running out of battery here. Come on, YouTube. Somebody pull head out of butt. So frustrating when this shit happens during a live stream. You know, I have all this stuff all set up for a reason so I can just bang away at it. I would like to hear the rest of this video, Lord, please. Okay, fine, an ad, whatever. Their goddamn ads are so more important than the show. Please, just play this. Oh, thank God.
Even this far away from it, it's still very magnetic. You can see I can still stick all these coins on it.
Oh, stop. You know what?
In order to make the iron become its own magnet, the iron doesn't even have to be touching.
How about we just X out of this and play the other one?
I have here my giant neodymium magnet above, and I can actually just...
That's not me taking a pee. That's what happens to water at 24 hertz. Okay? Yeah. Can we have it without the sound, please, Lord? Jeez. Now, this is what happens when you put 24 hertz to water. All right? This water is actually flowing down. It's flowing and hitting the ground. But when you put 24 hertz to it, it appears to move the opposite direction, what I call forward and reverse. You hear me use that term a lot? Well, here is a demonstration of forward and reverse at the magic number of 24 hertz. And that's when you turn it off. It's just regular running water, but when you play 24 hertz next to it, this is what happens when you put 24 hertz to water. Okay? And the water is not going backwards. It's still coming out of the hose, but it makes the appearance of crawling back up. And this is a way of moving. You could hop on one of these waves and ride that wave forward in reverse. Okay? A lot of techniques that I use to travel, and here's a little hint at moving forward and reverse. Okay, now it is possible. Okay, now can we get this thing to how about this one? Oh, goody. This one's ready to play. So, a little refresher on this one. This one is called Brian Night is Coming. This was footage taken during a tornado from a weather watcher. And an EVP, an electronic voice print, was captured on this gentleman's video. The video has now been scrubbed. They edited out these two clips from from the video now. It's missing, but I'm glad I made my video of it because it's the only remaining copy on YouTube. So we're gonna play that, and I want you to put your headsets on, put your turn the volume up. It's an EVP, and it sounds like a woman's voice whispering, so you have to listen closely. I'm going to try to get the audio the best I can for you as well. So let me just back it up a little bit. Now this is storm chaser footage. You're going to hear his windshield wipers and the storm blowing in the background, and an electronic voice print left on this gentleman, on this storm chaser's video. Okay? And it says, Brian Knight is coming. Brian Knight is coming like a lion. And you'll hear it. Just listen.
Outside.
All right, so these are two different clips. See the car flipping in the tornado here? Alright, sorry about the noisy quality or whatever, but this has been scrubbed from the video now. The video, the remaining segments that I took this from, the beginning, and the remaining segments of the video are there, but these two segments that had this in there are now missing from the original video. Okay, so YouTube scrubbed them from the original video, and like I said, I'm glad I captured this when I did, because it's an electronic voice print from the other realm saying Brian Knight is coming. Brian Knight is coming like a lion, and he's God. All right, hopefully you heard it. I didn't put this in there. I did not get somebody to whisper on this dude's, I don't even know who this storm chaser is. It was a video that showed up on I was going to use for an intro for devastation in the background. There was a van tumbling in the background because of this tornado that moved through. And during that episode, this EVP was caught. Okay. What I wanted to try to do is get back over to the bending light one. So I'm just going to do it like this then. There it is right there. All right. We're just going to use this gentleman's video for educational purposes only. All this is educational purposes only. Okay. This channel is not monetized. I don't make money off of this. This is free. Okay. Now, what I wanted to do is get to this segment in the video here where this. All right, here it is, coming up here. All right, so he puts this film on the glass. All right, and now you can take a magnet and it'll show the magnetic field lines. All right, there's a good one right. Wait, I want to get. All right, now this is a cylinder. shaped magnet, okay? And your magnetism on a cylinder at the end is not the whole face, it's the edges. And you can see the edges outlined here, the magnetic field lines of the edges of that magnet. Okay, and you can see all these other lines line up along with it. Let me just zoom in on this image. Okay, now here's almost your toroidal field coming off this magnet, bending light, taking light out of some places, concentrating it in bands in others, okay? But there's dark patches, okay? There's field lines. We're going to play this a little bit more and see if we can capture another good image. All right, now you see how light, a magnet, bends light. Okay, so we know that a magnetic field can bend light, all right? This is the same kind of polar field that our Earth has. It has a south pole and a north pole. These are the magnetic field lines that would be generated by it, okay, with gaps in them, all right? Okay, I just kind of need you guys to, just one more time, wrap your mind around how a magnet changes the direction of light, how it can focus light, create bands, okay? So magnets can affect light. Pretty cool stuff, huh? And you can make one of these at your home. You can make one of these. It's just a solution. You spread it on some glass, and then you can take your magnets to it and study your own magnetic fields. That's what I was doing for a long time when back when I had my lab. And this would be stuff I'd be doing in my lab right now and showing you live demonstrations of. But we have other people that have done YouTube videos, so now I can use their videos to at least show you some of the results of how magnets do affect light. They bend light. They all kinds of different magic tricks that magnets do. All right. And you see when he spins it, imagine when our Earth spins, what our toroidal field does when it spins. Okay, let's just do that one quick again. Okay, so I want you guys to understand that magnets and magnetic fields, not just a toy magnet. Our Earth has a magnetic field. The sun has a magnetic field. The sun's magnetic field controls its own light. It can control these bands. And say we had another magnetic field from another object come in between us and the sun. It could take the sun's light and bend it and make it the sun disappear. We could be in the black zone right here and it would look dark. Or you could see these bands ripple across the sky. Okay, all kinds of different things could happen when another magnetic field interacts with the light coming off the sun. Okay, so you start to see effects like this in the sky, it would be from another magnetic field. It does this to the clouds as well and divides clouds into these thin little bands magnetically. Wait until you see what else it does to the sky. Oh, mosquito got in here. Okay, so back out of that. Show them what else it can do to the sky. Okay. Let's back out of some of these. We got that one out. I got to X out of some of these because I got to open something else. All right, so we'll use this page. Sure, why not? Okay. Oh, this mosquito's buzzing me, trying to bite me. Sneaky little bastard. All right. So it's way down here. I want you to see what magnetics and harmonics can do to the clouds and to the sky. After an ad, I'm sure. Come on. Yeah. Okay. This is your Schumann. Do you see these wavy lines in it? Let me give it a round wedge. Let's zoom in a little closer, pull this in. This is the Schumann. Do you see all this grid work that got captured in it? Maybe I'll play this video and kill a mosquito. Ow! This little bastard, out for blood, huh? Oh. It looks like coated almost something there. Okay, so there's that. Now I zoomed into that for a reason because it reminds me of this right here. Now this is a picture that was taken about years ago around this time of the year, and it captured what looks like a magnetic interference or two magnetic fields intersecting and causing this kind of effect in our clouds, much like the effect we're seeing here. Now this is cool, but it's a representation of two magnetic fields interfering with each other, and you can see how these things start to separate along magnetic field lines, okay? How all these little segments are all individual segments floating along magnetic field lines. Now in this picture, this seems to me that the clouds have now compressed and are falling into those magnetic field lines and starting to arrange themselves just like we saw in that little crop circle thing. And then if you tilt your head to the right a little bit and look at this as if these are going like hallways down this way, it really starts to look a lot like the Schumann resonance. See, a lot like this configuration here on the Schumann resonance, and it looks like just like one of the hallways, all in formation, equally divided and everything. So I think that this is an actual reading. So as I wrap this up, I wanted to say that, you know, we're seeing these magnetic field lines showing up on the Schumann. Folks, maybe watch your skies and start looking for any kind of telltale signs like this stuff down below here, a little lower, or even possibly something as complex as this, maybe forming in your skies. A lot of people theorize this was Project Bluebeam or whatever, but it's not showing some kind of entity or anything. It's this is more like magnetic interference, two magnetic fields crossing or intersecting with each other, and this is the result, what would happen in the clouds. So folks, I'd say keep your eyes to the skies and see if you can capture anything like that. So you sky watchers out there, be on the lookout for any kind of configuration starting to form that are similar to this. And then here, I just wanted to point out here, the Schumann was doing its normal thing and then starts to blend into this. There doesn't seem to be some just intermediate or some sudden disruption and then it starts. If you look closely here, these kind of start to blend into this, unlike I've never seen before. Usually it's just a nice solid straight line. And then one more little item right here, about 24 hertz. We got these two little dots right here, almost looking like eyes or something. And then there's this starting to blend in. So we got all this happening, and then we also had reports from Heidi Bagley yesterday, whose video got taken down, of these gravitational waves hitting the Earth, currently hitting the Earth, and with more to come. So I think what we're seeing here is real data coming back on this instrument from a gravitational wave or whatever electromagnetic interference is happening with our electromagnetic field too. So a lot of people theorized this was pretty trippy looking sky, huh? Pretty trippy looking sky. And this is all lined up perfectly, separated. Even down in here. Way down in there. See that? So imagine if your clouds started looking like this. And if you see something like that, you take as many pictures as long as you can and get as much data as you can. And if you don't want to show it, send it to me and I'll show it. Okay? But prepare for some weird looking skies. Okay, you guys? Those are clouds. Okay. And pretty. This happened like right around sunset, and there's actual purple and blue colors and oranges, and quite the display that God did here. Okay. All right. So there's that, and then I think that was about it for tonight's show. We made it through that. We made it through that. Oh, no, we need to come back over to this and finish up our... that's not much data, but it does have that load now. All right, so let's just back up here. Do a quick little weather report. Maybe a couple more frames will pop up in the meantime. So I still need to use the buttons. Oh, that's the problem. Too close in. All right, and let's go like that. All right, so current conditions right now. Let's go. This is morning hours, June 8th. What? That's noon hours right there. So we're already morning hours, June 8th, noon hour, end of convection, June 8th right there. Okay, I want you to look at these pop-ups here in Arkansas, Texas, all this moisture right around Florida, but not hitting Florida. We got these thunderstorms for quite a while here on the Sierra Ridge and up here in the Rockies. We're talking northern Idaho, up the Canadian border still, northern Wyoming, central Texas, or Dallas-Fort Worth area, and up here in Little Rock probably. And that's tomorrow at the end of convection tomorrow, okay? Then we go into the nighttime. It's still scattered up above the right around the Canadian border with this tail. Reaches down here. Little pop-up in Kansas. Then it dissipates over the morning hours. There's noon. There's the end of convection, June 9th. Okay. We have all this scattered pop-ups up through Montana, South Dakota, down into Nebraska. Okay. Overnight, it flares up into Kansas, Montana up there. Kansas, Montana. Then morning hours. Dang mosquito, man. All right, morning hours here in Kansas. And then goes back up through the tail does. Now we're noontime, end of convection. June 10th, down here, Louisiana, Texas. Louisiana's flooding already. They don't need more rain, but it's coming. South Dakota, reaching back up into Canada. The Sierra Nevadas again. Then we go midnight hours. Texas, Louisiana, pop-ups all scattered around there. Morning hours, noon, the end of convection, June 11th. Now we have this low driving down, or has driven down, and now it's driving up. It's bringing all this moisture and stuff, these violent storms along with it to Illinois. All pop-ups all through the mountains of the west. Okay, we're talking South Carolina and Tennessee pop-ups in here. This is the end of convection. Then it blossoms overnight and grows and goes up into like Lake Michigan, Chicago area. All right, right up in there. That's midnight hours. Mosquito, man. Then this is the morning hours. It drives way up into like the Canadian border, through the Great Lakes region. This will be noontime, and then that's the end of convection on June 12th. Now notice how this is wrapping up in this tight comma shape. This yellow streak is probably going to be connected to here, draping down into here, okay? Still pop-ups on the mountains, okay? And that was the last image, is the end of convection on June 12th. Unfortunately, we hit this instrument just a tad bit too late, because the other storms that it was showing later on after this were way gnarlier than what we were reporting on last night. This one has already grown in intensity compared to what they were showing last night. Okay, looks like a big old bodybuilder with his hand flexing his muscles, kind of like they hold their fist back towards him. Anyways, and that is the end of convection, or that's the overnight on June 12th now. That was one more frame that was added. So that's the end of convection, June 12th. Then it continues into that in the midnight hours of June 12th. Look at the tail down here, firing up again here, Texas. This is overnight. It's going to hit South Carolina, up into New York, pop-ups in the mountains and stuff still. Okay? Almost reminds me of like a Nightmare Before Christmas type art, Tim Burton type art, whatever. Looks like a big old land hurricane or something like that. Then what they were showing was this tropical depression down here tightening up, and it was actually hitting Texas now. So the last time I looked at this GFS model before, sorry, hang on, I gotta go. I'll be right back. Stay right there, guys. All right, I'm back. Unfortunately, we have an emergency. I have to go. So I hope you enjoyed tonight's stream. I hope you learned a lot. There was a lot to go over tonight. And what am I going to do here? We're going to do a reading. I have to do this one. This one was so important for tonight. So especially for what's going on lately. I know you guys are starting to get a little nervous out there. I can feel it. And I want to soothe your nerves here a little bit. Which one you want me to do? Oh, no. Oh, man, I hope this... There it is. Jesus, take care of that.
It ain't the world-famous gemstone.
We're skipping an ad, sorry. They insist on their stupid ads. Even when I'm not monetized. Alright. I'm trying to pull up this image of Jesus here. Okay, without the pointer in the way. Alright. Let me get this image pulled up nice and close for you guys. Okay. There we go. Hopefully you can see this image here. It appears to be Jesus wearing sunglasses. Don't ask me why, but here's Jesus' head. Here's his shoulders coming down. All right, he's pulling his shirt open, and here's his heart. And his heart is radiating out these waves into the clouds and producing a face. Okay, you see the face over here to the right here, okay? But the image I want you guys to focus on is this image right here of Jesus pulling his shirt open and exposing his heart, okay? Alright, hopefully you guys can see that image. I'm trying to get it just right for you. Alright, the power of Jesus. He's tearing his shirt open like Superman does, and he's exposing his heart, and his heart is radiating out these waves, alright? And this was captured in the clouds right after Easter and all this stuff that's been happening to me. All right. Now, what did I do with that notes, Lord? Oh. I hear the emergency getting taken care of. Thank you, Lord. So now I have time for reading. Okay, let me get some light and a quick sip. All right, thanks for hanging in there, you guys. It's not the easiest thing to do. Which one was it? Oh, dang it. Oh, yeah, okay. All right, let me take a sip here, get ready for this, and we'll close out with this reading. While I'm reading this, I want you to look at Jesus here with his sunglasses on, whatever, pulling his shirt open, his heart radiating out love, basically, okay? This is real miracles. That's why it looks so odd, because this is a real miracle that you're looking at. Okay? So, while I read this, I want you to look at Jesus there. All right. My love has conquered you and set you free. The power of my love is so great that it has enslaved you to me. You are not your own. You were bought at a price, my holy blood. The more you love me, the more you will want to serve me with every fiber of your being. This service can fill you heavily with joy as you yield yourself to me more fully. Because I am perfect in all my ways, you can give yourself wholeheartedly to me without fear that I might take advantage of you. On the contrary, being conquered by me is what makes you truly free. I have invaded the innermost core of your being, and my spirit within you is taking over more and more territory. Where the Spirit of the Lord is, there is freedom. I want you to reflect my glory to others, for I am transforming you into my likeness with ever-increasing glory. Rejoice in the freedom you have found in me, and surrender gladly to my victorious love. Okay? Hopefully that brings you guys some peace a little bit, some hope. Okay? Because things are about to get really ugly here pretty soon, and they're going to try to pull all kinds of stuff, all kinds of games on your brain. I want you to know steadfastly that this is real. This 100%, 1000% authentic. There's no way I could fake this, copy this. You've seen all the paranormal events that happened to me. Okay? You guys have witnessed along with me. I want you to take this image and hold on to it with everything you've got, every fiber of your being, because you're going to need it here soon. Pretty soon, you guys are going to be acting just like this. You're going to be tearing your shirt open like Superman And you're going to be killing them with kindness. Okay? With love. That's how we're going to win this battle. Was with love. Alright? So that's it for tonight. I got to go. Emergencies are still emergencies, even when angels are taking care of it for me at the moment. I have to get going though anyways. I love you guys. God bless you all. I miss you all. And until my next live stream, I will be back. I am back, as you can see.